Hey everyone, Techne here, finally with my video of the PS5 versus the Xbox Series X. I know I'm quite late to this video, right? There's hundreds, if not thousands of videos about this topic here, right? And I don't want to jump on that, initial release hype right there. Because again, we get both of these consoles in our hand. I mean, we're all excited about it. We love them. There's great things about both of them, But I didn't want to jump on, well, number one, my Xbox fanboyism. Let's make this a little bit fair first off here. There we go. That's a little bit better. Now we're a little bit fair. But anyways, again, I didn't want to jump the gun on that and be like, man, I just love the Xbox, or oh, I just love the PS5. I wanted to get some true playtime with both consoles. And I truly believe I did that. You all know we review pretty much mainly PC peripherals and parts and stuff around here, you know what I mean? But honestly, lately, I have been gaming more on both of these consoles than my PC. And yeah, I got a brand new 3080 with an i9 PC review coming up on that soon. I love it and I play it a lot, but again, I have been gravitating towards the consoles. And talking about getting playtime, talking about the PS5, I've been playing Spider-Man Miles Morales and then Phoenix Rising. I beat both of these. Beat both of them on the PS5. Talking about the Series X, Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Forza Horizon 4 right here. I beat Assassin's Creed on this. So both consoles, I put in plenty of time, again, talking about beating those games right there. So let's start off with the first topic here, which might be the most minor topic, and that is just be base aesthetics of both consoles. Taking a look at the PS5, this thing looks like an alien mothership or something. This thing is so stinking awesome in my opinion. Yes, aggressive. Yes, very sleek, and the curves, it's just, gosh, it looks awesome. It looks next gen to me. I love it. Just the detail, the curves. Again, it feels like a next gen console. Come on over here to the Xbox Series X. Well, it's a box. That's really it. And I guess it stands to its name, Xbox. That's what you're getting here, right? You're getting a box. It's very plain. It's very just square, sharp edges and everything. It looks sleek, it looks great, but again, it just doesn't feel next gen to me. So I'm right there with you guys. I say all day long, yeah, the PS5 looks better than the Xbox, but again, aesthetics don't really mean much. More what you want to look at on both of these consoles is the size of them, right? The PS5 is stinking gigantic. This thing is huge. I mean, you can lay them both flat and everything, but still, the PS5 is long. The Series X is just thick. So again, you gotta have a shelf, deep enough for that, or your desk or something. But of course, you can stand both of them up. Now, one thing going along with that, the style and design of them, the Xbox, you got the fans right up top. The PS5, it goes out through the sides right here. Talking about the cooling and everything, my PS5 does get noticeably hotter than my Series X right here. And also talking about the PS5, when I put a disc in this console, wow, this thing sounds like it's just gonna take off. Again, talking to alien mothership, put a disc in it, sounds like the engine start roaring. You know what I mean? It is loud and it starts vibrating. Talking about the Series X, whenever I put a disc in this guy, it sounds like a low printer sound or something, like you can hear that disk drive running right there. It's not nearly as loud as the PS5. Now, the next topic here, I think, is a quite substantial difference between both of them and really sets them apart, and that is the controllers. Both of them are updated on both consoles right here, but starting off with the Xbox One, it's really minimal. Yeah, they upgraded the D-pad. It looks cool and all. Me personally, I don't like the feel of it. It is very clicky and stiff. Feels like a cheap controller D-pad, in my opinion. Some people may like that, especially if you're playing like fighting games or something. Me personally, I just don't like the feel of it. They also inserted a share button in the middle of the controller, which is like, why? I mean, before you could double tap the Xbox button and do your share stuff through there. Now it's just, instantly right in the middle. I think it's tacky. I think it's unneeded. Maybe that's just me. Now, also on the back buttons right here, they got these little textured grips, kind of like how they did on the bottom of the controller, last year. But now they're actually up on the triggers up here, which is a nice feel because you can really decipher them. You don't slide around much. But all in all, the Xbox controller, there's really nothing innovative or new with it. Now swinging over to the PS5 controller, wow, talk about next gen, talk about innovation. This is what I like seeing right here. This controller is stinking awesome. Starting off with the buttons, how they're clear and you see the little text underneath there. Just the design of it, it's just sleek, just like the console, the touchpad. It's like, wow. They also have the grips right down here. Now this white, unfortunately, yeah, it does get dirty because it got the little textures in there of the PlayStation, the square, triangle, X, all that. And yeah, dirt does get caught in there. So that's a stinker. You're going to have to keep this guy pretty clean. But other than that, using this controller, wow. These triggers right here, the adaptive triggers are absolutely amazing and absolutely game changing. They are so cool. Each trigger, you get different like tension. If you're pressing like the brake or the gas over here, the triggers vibrate differently. Sometimes they won't vibrate, then it will vibrate, or the tension gets tighter and looser, and you can tell that within your game. I mean, it is such an experience. I'm sure you're hearing a lot of people talk about it and everything, but this is just, I mean, wow, like Xbox missed out big time on this. Now, I did hear Xbox is going to start trying to implement this into the controller. Let me tell you what, they need to. They really do, because talking about something like this that you all might be like, it's minor as well, it's game changing. It makes your experience that much more enjoyable and immersive on the PS5. Let me tell you what, this controller right here is absolutely just a blast to use. So now let's go and talk about gaming on both consoles here. Now, I don't have the same game on each console to do that kind of comparison, but again, we got multiple games on both. And let me tell you what, performance on both of them, and it's really cool because in your game, you can change it to like performance mode, or then fidelity, like graphics if you want more resolution or graphics, and then again if you just want higher frames. The majority of the time I play on the higher frame mode because again, it's just like coming from PC especially, seeing a higher frame, you probably hear it all the time, right? Frame rate, frame rate, frame rate. It is just incredibly noticeable. When I go down to just performance mode on some of these games and I see that jitter and just that trail behind stuff, it's like, oh, I get stinking nauseous. Again, being primarily a PC gamer, you know? So again, the majority of the time I had to keep both consoles in performance mode. But now they both performed absolutely amazing in both of those modes right there. I mean, they were absolutely gorgeous. Yes, like I stated, the performance mode is my preferred one right there. Talk about like a fidelity mode. What is it like this massive noticeable difference in, say, the Series X? Xbox One X, I get so confused with all these X's, but was it that big of a difference from the Xbox One X or the PS4 Pro, for example? I would honestly say no. The thing you're going to notice different is like, say, more foliage, the light reflections coming down and stuff like that, the detail of the ground, but it's not like this massive night and day coming from PS4 Pro to the PS5 as far as graphics, in my opinion. The difference in again, the big thing you're really going to notice is that higher frame rate right there. And I game on a LG Nano IPS 120Hz TV. Not many games are taking advantage of 120 yet, but still you can notice that increase when, again, they're staying right around that 60. It is absolutely a stunning and much more enjoyable experience compared to last gen. And touching on that, like Xbox, I have Xbox Game Pass, and what is the game that just came out? Control. And I was so excited. I've been wanting to play that so bad, right? It's not Xbox Series X upgraded or enhanced or whatever, you know? So I started playing it. It was just like, it was horrible. It was so bad. It was just so blurry. Everything was everywhere. Like I played probably about 15 minutes and that sounds sad. You know, I got nauseous, you know? I just can't deal with that low frame rate like that. So again, it was a real stinker. Like I had to turn it off. It's like, man, if it's not enhanced for these consoles and I can get that performance mode, it's like, well, heck, let me just go play my PC then, you know? And that's not me getting on one of these rants where saying, oh, just buy a PC, or hey, PC's better than console. Like I stated in the beginning, I've been playing these consoles much more than my 3080 PC over there, you know, which is absolutely fantastic PC. So what I'm saying is that it's so cool with these consoles now peaking and kind of getting up there to PC performance. But again, I feel like more games need to be enhanced to take advantage of that performance, which we're going to see eventually for sure. But right now, the games that do take advantage of it on both platforms, they are stinking amazing. Now, one last thing I want to touch on that plays a pretty big role into my decision or my enjoyment of the consoles, which again, some of you might think it's minor, and that is the UI, the actual interface within there, your menus and stuff like that, right? PlayStation got a whole refresh, and on the PS5, it is smooth. They got everything right there, the social, the stores, you know, your games and everything, it's right there. I couldn't stand it on the PS4. I just couldn't. It was very bland. It felt like the Nintendo Switch, which I love the Nintendo Switch, but again, it's just that, you know, there's no interaction within the menu or anything like that. And I feel like the PS5 just did it perfect. It's not overboard. It's not too little. It's smooth. Everything is right there. You know, I absolutely love it on a PS5. Talking about the Xbox, the Series X here, well, it's the exact same as the Xbox One X or the One S or whatever. It hasn't changed. They just do their regular updates gradually through time. It's a great menu. I absolutely love it. But again, it's nothing new. So ending on that point right there, just kind of compiling it together, I want to know what you guys honestly think. Like, which one would you pick? Let's put our fanboy aside, right? I'm going to put my Xbox fanboy aside or whatever, you know, and just talking about that stuff right there, what would you guys honestly pick and why? We can sit here and say, oh, PlayStation has more exclusives. Sure, they're for last gen. They're not all enhanced for current gen right here, you know what I mean? So a lot of the games, sure, you can play on both of them, you know? So when I compile all that together, if I had to pick one, and let me tell you what, I'm having a blast on both of them right here. I'm absolutely enjoying my experience on all of them. But if I had to pick one, let's go on and see. We're going to go blue or green. What do you guys think? Me? Well, I'm going to go, that didn't work out as smooth as I wanted. 100% PlayStation right here. If I had to pick one. Again, both of them are fantastic. If you can get your hands on either of them, which I know is probably hard these days still, pick up whichever one you can because it's well worth the upgrade, for sure. But yes, if you got both of them sitting in front of you, go with the PS5 because this thing just feels next gen. It feels like that full refresh upgrade. You know, the Xbox Series X feels like the Xbox One X .2 or whatever. You know, it just feels like an upgraded version of that. The controller, it's not a bad console, but it's a boring's the wrong word either. It's a boring upgrade. You know what I mean? I don't know if any of you watched my mouse review. It's like the XM1 and the XM1R mouse review recently you just did. This is like the XM1R. You know what I mean? And this is like a completely refresh over here. If any of you watching my mouse review, you'll catch that reference right there, you know? But again, both are great. The Xbox just feels like a refresh. The PS5 feels like a full next-gen upgrade. And all day long, I recommend PS5. But anyways, thank you so much for stopping by and watching this quick review roundup or comparison right here. I hope I helped you out. If you were looking at either of these consoles, you know, I'm sure I'm not helping you out much at all. You're just like, dude, can you give me a link where I can buy one? You know what I mean? I feel your pain. Trust me, I had these guys pre-ordered for such a long time to actually get my hands on it. These guys didn't get sent out to me. Boy, I wish they were. You know what I mean? But again, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope I was helping you out, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to some future tech videos. Hey, I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye now.